Bears.
Applebee's.
He went to Applebee's?
He took a brown bear to Applebee's?
Yeah.
I thought you were dead.
Sun out of your eyes and be yourselves.
Heard you were dead.
She's dead, wrapped in plastic.
That man's dead back there.
It was worse than dead. Must be dead. Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Roast Mortem Podcast. I am Tom.
Travis.
Whoa, try that again. Do that again.
You sound like an idiot.
I'm a Travis.
I'm Cody. I am a Cody.
And in studio tonight is a very special guest.
The fuck?
You might know him from bands such as Buckshot, Facelift, and Artificial Brain. We have Will Smith.
Hey!
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, how
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me aboard. Shout out to Afterbirth, the other band I'm in, so they don't get sad.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I have been drinking.
So have I. Thanks for the beers.
So many bands.
I'm in zero. Fuck me.
You don't know anything about music.
I can hear forever with my giant Asian earlobes.
You can whistle into a USB port for hours.
All right, so
It's a great effect.
So
and
real-
no impressment. Sorry.
a real thing. This is like actually Illuminati shit.
What are you doing to me?
Cody is the Vanga Boys' old man in
You
the
doxing me!
Six Flags
You
commercial.
doxed me! You cunt fuck!
Yep.
Dox
I
the
hate
boy.
you. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
true.
him.
That's not
How's
true.
everyone's week?
You transitioned so quickly
mine was
they might
fine.
think that was true.
Cody, your week?
Yeah, I was here with you, so you know I was just as fine.
That's right. Travis? All right, good enough.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about your week.
Yeah.
Busy, man. Busy. I just, I was my first week back to work in a while, man, because I broke my foot and then I was on tour for a few weeks. So this was a reality check week. But it was good, man.
How'd you break your foot again?
I really think it had something to do with we were loading equipment. Artificial Brain was on tour. I think we were in Portland. It was this place where you got to load equipment up like 3 flights of stairs. I did something like small to my foot, loading amps up and stuff, and I just kept walking around on it the rest of the tour. And then when I got back for like a month or two, I kept walking around on it, and I just made it worse and worse. And I finally woke up one Monday morning. I was like, I got to go to the doctor, and I called out of work. And long story short, I ended up having edema, bruising on my bone up to the marrow of my foot, and I would have given myself a compound fracture if I kept walking around on it.
Jesus,
And
man.
I had, and it was also, I don't know what this means, but bursitis of my metatarsals, which is like something in between my toes that was messed up from walking around limping for a few weeks too. And I, because I'm the type of person I would just go into work every day and play shows and stuff because I don't want to upset my life by going to a doctor and having to sit down for a few days.
You're a real man.
Yeah.
So
I like fuck around with the doctor.
Well, what I ended up with that was having to sit down for like 2 months, because of that, it was a dumb move. So get yourself checked out if you have any pain. That's the life lesson there. And then I luckily I had put in for vacation time for my job for this tour that Artificial Brain just did. And I was able to kind of come off the foot injury and go on tour, and everything worked out, and I'm back at work, man. So everything's good, man. I'm
Good foot.
Yeah, so Will, tell us a little bit about your band that you're in, Artificial Brain. I mean, you're in many.
Well, yeah,
that's
that's-
kiss them all. Kiss all the rings.
That's the one I've been most busy with lately at the moment. But we just came off of this tour with Blood Incantation from Colorado and Demolich, however you pronounce it, from Finland, which is an iconic band for me since I was a kid almost, and they just did this tour to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the only full-length album they ever released, which has like an iconic status in the death metal scene, So it was a big deal for me to go on this tour with these two bands, and it worked out really good, man. It was a great tour, man. And so we're Artificial Brains. We just put our second album last year. We're enjoying a lot of support, which is sick, man. It's really
That's
good,
awesome.
and I really
Very
love
cool.
working with those guys. And I mean, there's no complaints, man. I hate to sound like everything's sunny, but we're good, man. We're doing good, man. It's fun,
Well, it's quality stuff, man.
Feels good, man.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
I have a question. This is a very base question. Can I read your logo for Artificial Brain? Because I know a lot of death metal bands, it's,
That depends on your death metal literacy, Travis.
Well, that's true too.
that's very true.
I might be able to decipher a different logo than you at this point because I know more death metal. But whatever. But Artificial Brain, I don't know, man. You probably could. Where I think the Artificial Brain logo is a little easier to read than some logos.
Okay, because Tom was showing me some of these ones, and I'm like,
I have fun with that.
that's like every week. Tom's
band-
like,
Blood Incantation that we just toured with, their logo just looks like a huge pile of worms. You can't even read it.
I would call
that's
their
how it's
logo.
good.
Their logo is like a 10. But on 1 to 10,
it's
10
but
scale,
it's a
like
10.
you
That's the thing. It's so sick. It looks great on shirts.
from Comic Sans to Blood Incantation.
Okay, that's not
like-
that's not a good scale.
you know?
That's not a good scale.
No, you're on
one
like
has to be like
a
Arial.
6.5. where
Yeah,
it's a little confusing, but you get it.
Helvetica
Yeah,
is
if you
like
stare at it for a few
1.
seconds, yeah.
Oh shit! All right, fuck yeah.
All right, cool. Well, you ready to shit on someone tonight?
Oh man, I guess so. I guess we're cracking jokes, man. Let me.
I like how we started getting heated with fonts with like a guest of like, oh, of
course.
Yeah, fonts. You like fonts, Will?
I read books, bro.
Books are great. There's books in this fucking room right now.
Do you
that's
think
what's up.
any of you could read a book in papyrus? Like all papyrus?
I would be mad as fuck.
Nah.
What is-
Why? What happens if I refuse?
Okay, hold on. That's actually the Lamb of God font.
Really? They just
Yeah,
use
they
papyrus?
just straight up use papyrus.
I don't know, man. Now
Wow, I think
was
you're
about
right.
to say yes, but now I can't because I know that that's the Lamb of God font.
What happens if I don't want to read a book in papyrus, Travis? And how long is the book? We're talking like the Rainbow Fish length or Moby Dickus?
We're talking about Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, fuck this.
If you
I'm
don't
out.
complete it,
I'm out.
you go into jail.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I
take
mean,
the jail
it's
time.
Lamb of God and then like 1 in 3 landscape artists. That's what they,
Very true.
Yeah, they use this
Printed
shit out
on
of that.
actual
Very
papyrus.
It's on someone's fucking Ford 150.
Yeah.
All right, so who's on the chopping block tonight, Travis?
Before we go on to who's on the chopping block, I'm gonna put
Cock
this out.
tease.
I'm gonna put this out with a little bit of a trivia. Do you guys know what the Oscar movie of the year was for 1994?
Oh, fuck. 101 Dalmatians.
I don't know. You got anything?
Nuns on the Run.
Nuns on the Run.
Yeah,
that was the 80s.
Nuns on the Run 17.
That's just my go-to
I'm going with
guess.
Forrest Gump.
You got.
That did come out in 94.
It did. I mean, but we're talking about the Gone with the Wind of the 90s, dude.
Titanic? No, that was later, right?
I think
I
it was
don't know.
98.
I'm bad with this.
No. What is it? And I
All right,
probably hate it.
I'll give you a clue. The star was Brian Bonsall.
Who the fuck is
thanks.
that?
Oh, Brian B.
Cool Runnings
No, the movie is Blank Check.
with Macaulay Culkin.
You're such an asshole. Blank Check did not.
Blank Check.
No.
Do you guys know what Blank Check
With
is?
Macaulay Culkin?
I've warned you about trick questions. Don't you do that.
No, well, you know what?
I don't know how much of a trick question this
Not a
is.
bunch of idiots drinking with
Tom,
microphones.
be
It's
angry.
a podcast.
Be angry
Yeah.
for me.
I remember Problem Child. No, that wasn't Macaulay Culkin. That was the redhead.
Was this Macaulay Culkin?
Wait,
No, it
what
was Brian
Problem Child?
Bonsall.
I remember Blank Check. That movie sucks shit.
With Macaulay Culkin.
No,
No, it was some other kid.
Oh.
He
it
looks
was
like.
Brian Bonsall.
All right, I get it. It's Brian Bonsall.
Fuck this. I'm going home.
All right, fine. He looks like if you put Jonathan Lipnicki in like a bottle for a week. That's what he looked like.
Well, anyway, if you didn't see the movie, it's about a kid. His bike gets run over, and run over by a multi-millionaire.
Okay.
The kid gets a blank check with just the signature, and he stupidly puts $1 million on the check.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember this.
Takes it to the bank, and all of a sudden he can buy like everything in the world.
And he gets a water slide.
Yeah, he gets a water slide just for $1 million. You know?
Right. Well, back in 90s
Everything.
money. So.
I bet you that kid couldn't think of a higher number.
Yeah, probably.
I might not have been able to back then.
1,014,000? I don't know.
Yeah, when I rode my bike everywhere, I would have been cool with like $70.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Back in those days, $70 was $1 million.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, for inflation.
From inflation, just from like regular inflation and just like your childhood. Like dual temporal.
So, Travis, where are you going with this?
What I'm going with this is we're going to be talking about a person that's basically Brian Bonsall in Blank Check, but continued. So imagine if this kid that just had all the money in the world just kept going.
So this is
Richie
going to be the
Rich.
story of Blanker Check. Now, who is this?
All right. So today we're going to talk about, I think, the drunkest person in history. So drunk that he lit himself on fire to stop hiccups. So drunk that he fed his animals the finest meats and top shelf booze.
That's classy, by the way.
And I don't want to tell you more because I'm going to fucking get into it.
All right, fine. I like
right,
that.
all
Yeah, we're talking about John Mytton.
John Mytton.
John Mytton.
All right.
Right. Is he related to Mitt Romney?
No.
Not how names
Mytton
work.
Romney.
That's
No,
not how
dog.
names
I
work.
know. It's just fun. Guy was named
Stop
after
trying to
a
have fun
type
on
of
a comedy
glove.
podcast.
Kitten Mittens. No, John Mytton, also known as Mad Jack. Hey.
Oh, that's your
Now he
second
needs
boy.
a drink. Now he needs a drink.
He needs another drink. So John Mytton is also, his nickname is Mad Jack. And that's our second, that was actually our
Yeah, we
second
got
episode.
2 Mad Jacks. Is
Yes.
that, yeah, that was second.
Second episode, I did Jack Churchill, Mad Jack.
That was
Yeah,
a
that
good
guy was
Mad-
fun.
Good
Yeah,
Mad Jack.
I kind of fucked up that episode because he was actually cool.
Yeah, you did. You brought in someone not worth roasting.
Well, he had enough bravado to get fucked up a little bit.
The setting is the 19th century. This guy's a fucking rock star. And if you guys are all good, Will's going to get it because he's a guest. But if you guys behave yourself, I got a gift for you. I'm going to do a special surprise.
What is the nature of your gift, sir?
Pain, suffering.
What are you doing with your gift?
I'm going to gift it.
What shape is your gift?
Jesus. That sounds like he's going to run his penis into one of our eye sockets.
I don't know if it's so definite that I'm going to get the gift anymore.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, you can opt out of the gift.
I wouldn't bet on me getting the gift right now. It's not looking good for me getting that gift.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be a good gift.
All right, so when was this asshole born?
He was born in 1796 in Shropshire, England.
Shropshire?
To John Mytton and Sarah Harlett.
Her last name was Harlett.
Mytton and Harlett. Is this for real, man?
Wow. Yeah, dog.
We're entirely accurate. All the time.
100%.
Our whole thing is you can write thesis papers from our podcast.
Yeah, that's the goal. We want to be in other people's papers. It's going to happen.
College girls are listening to this? No.
I hope so.
Actually, yeah, we got several lovely ladies who reach out to us. They're very far away. Hey, don't. Yeah. Sometimes a joke turns serious.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
She's a nice lady.
Chill out, Maury.
So his family were Shropshire squires, part of the nobility.
Okay.
Their lineage stretches back 500 years from his birth. John's dad died when he was 2 years old.
Sad.
Bummer.
That's sad. It's a bummer. The death was sudden. It was unexpected. His father was only 30 at the time.
Ooh. Yes.
How's that for then? 30.
I mean, this is the 1800s.
So that's good.
You can live, into your 90s or 80s.
All right, fuck me then.
If you got a lot of...
The squires have money?
Oh, yeah, they got money.
Little
yeah.
bits. Little
this
good
is
bits.
Like,
they served nobles, but were considered a noble kind of thing?
No.
Like they were second tier in the nobility.
By the time of the 1800s, squires... Because when you think of squire, you think of someone that serves a knight.
Yes.
Right? Like, oh, let me put your boots on, me lord. Let me put your shoes on you.
Exactly that.
Let me put your condoms on me, lord. But...
Good lad, hard to find.
Yeah. But by the 1800s, a squire was just like a title. So it was like... They were lesser than knights, but they're still royalty. Like, they still had estates. They still had all this shit. They didn't have to do dick for anyone.
All right, lots of money and lots of people to shit on.
They were in a good position.
Yeah.
So why is there this, like, confusion in my brain of Squire being just a horse caddyman?
Because that's originally, like, what it was.
And then evolved to this, where, like, squires are actually...
Right. I mean, like Giuliani became a knight for England.
Did he really?
Yeah. An honorary knight.
That's so fucking silly.
Yeah. Well, Americans can be knighted. They can't accept it properly.
Oh, yeah,
Because then you lose your citizenship.
Of course.
But
win-win. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But
you got a cooler passport.
Yeah, you don't see fucking Giuliani walking around in, a full knight's suit.
I want him
cool.
to.
He might at his house.
So squires at this point in time are equivalent to nobility.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
So-
sexy men.
so they have money.
in sexy
So
places.
John's father dies. That means that John inherited his family seat at the Halston Hall in Whittington, which was worth £60,000, which I did the conversion today in USD. That's $5.8 million.
That's a lot of scratch.
He would get all this money when he turned 21, right? So the $5.8 million would be his at 21. But until then, he received an annual income of £10,000, roughly $1 million a year, based on all the shit that like the estate made, like agricultural shit and all that stuff.
Oh, he's bankrolled as fuck.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
He's making $1 million a year.
So he moved to Brooklyn. And he started making cupcakes and silkscreen shirts. He's good, right?
That's it.
That's how it goes.
Pretty accurate.
Just playing.
John is a rich little boy.
All right,
It's like,
fair
hey,
enough.
look at me.
I'm a rich little boy.
And he's making $1 million a year at the age of 3 because
Yes.
his father passed away.
Yeah, so
sick.
you'd imagine the first few years he's not spending anything
Yeah,
because he's a
doesn't
little...
they
know
don't know.
what
They
things
don't.
are.
They don't even have Playmobil back then, so it's fine.
Yeah, no Tonkas.
Yeah.
The real ones, made of metal.
John was sent to Westminster School because why not? It's a boarding school. That's what they do back then.
Send your child away.
You have money.
I
You
hate,
don't need to do affection when you have money.
I hate you, baby boy. Leave me alone. Get out of here.
It's like the hardest core leaving. You're paying someone else to leave you alone.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
He didn't take to academia that much. And in fact, some might say he had the fondness towards some good old-fashioned foolery.
Foolery of what sort?
It's a prankster.
Oh, good Charlie.
Yeah.
It's a different type of schooling. Self-taught.
Self-taught. Self-learned.
Pranking hard.
John's nickname became Mango, the King of Pickles.
I hate that to such a degree.
Yeah, it's pretty lame
All right,
nickname.
justify it. Bring us home. How do you get it?
I looked through a lot of shit, and I don't understand.
Don't tell me you don't know.
No, I mean, apparently he just walked
man.
around with a bunch of dogs.
I didn't do a lot of research on him, but I watched a video, and that was the first thing they said.
Yeah.
John Mytton, known as Mango, the King of Pickles.
All
And
right.
I looked into that. I couldn't find shit. But for some reason, everyone is saying this. It's amazing.
Why?
He's like a cocktail.
I need to know.
Wow.
This is going to keep me up.
I hate it.
Sorry, dog. He was kicked out of school after his first year for fighting a teacher.
Nice.
A little punch up with his teacher.
What was the gender of the teacher?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Back then, they were all males.
All right.
Probably.
They had long rulers, and they were males.
Then he was sent to...
The long rulers are called yardsticks, Tom.
Yeah. Then he was sent to the Harrow School. That lasted 3 terms until he was expelled from there.
Okay.
And at this point, his mother figured this dum-dum just needs to be homeschooled. Because he was flunking out of everything.
Yeah.
But back then, you'd hired a tutor, and they lived on your estate. So it wasn't like,
Yeah.
you know, fucking, here's a little... Your friend comes over.
We booked you for an hour in Panera.
Yeah, exactly. So this tutor lived on this estate, and John Dennis the Menace the fuck out of this dude.
Oh.
Yeah,
Problem child.
he was a problem child for sure. One weekend, the tutor came home. He walked up like a couple of flights of stairs to his bedroom in the estate
Okay.
and found a horse laying on his bed.
What?
Like a horse.
Like
Living?
a horse laying on his bed? Yeah. Horses don't lay down, usually.
Yeah, they do. They kneel. They kneel. They lay down. They're like, hey, I'm a
It was
horse.
a comfortable
Hey.
bed.
Yeah, it's a comfy bed.
That's an elaborate prank. How do you get a horse to do that? You're training a horse as opposed to just learning some
I
math.
like where we're going.
Yeah, John took that horse up all those flights, rode it up all those flights of stairs into the
yes.
tutor's bed.
You can't ride a horse downstairs, like, ever. Like, they
No.
just don't do it. So that horse is kind of living there.
Just up there? All right,
Until
cool.
you, like, knock out a retaining wall.
All right, so he failed out of school pretty much. Couldn't fucking do the tutor thing. Couldn't do, regular school.
I had heard he had many tutors.
Yes, he went through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I just gave you one example of,
Oh, okay.
the
So
horse.
This is a lot. I think it was close to 24 tutors.
Yeah, a lot of tutors.
Couldn't even hold it down.
Yeah.
Not for one.
He's into shenanigans.
You know what he needed? He needed a what was that Robin Williams film where he's the English teacher? He needed one of those.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was that the one?
Poets Society?
Dead Poet Society,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
he needed
yeah.
Robin Williams in that.
Unless he was going to be the kid who killed himself.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that
That movie was fucked up.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was fucked up, but he touched so many souls.
Okay, good
yeah.
save.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was nothing dirty there. Okay.
You just because of you. Thank you.
I thought you were. I thought you were talking about for a second. It's not Robin Williams. It's the one where they're trying to teach the kids math that you watch in math. It's like the Spanish movie. There's all these
What,
Spanish
Pi?
kids. No. What? You think I didn't watch that? No. Oh, I can't remember the name of the.
man.
I can't
TV's
remember the name
weird.
of it. Whatever.
All right, so he's out of school.
He's out
done.
of school. Despite not having any qualifications, he was accepted to Trinity College in Cambridge because he's a rich fuck.
One qualification: rich.
Rich.
I like it.
It's the best
I hate it.
qualification you can have.
Yeah. So I feel like there's a tradition, American, I'm sure it's in England, I'm sure it's everywhere. When your son or daughter goes off to college, you go on a shopping trip with them. You get all the fucking essentials.
Back to school shopping.
Yeah,
Right.
you get them the Trapper Keepers. You get
Index
them the-
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need it.
I mean, they're going to be going away for the first time,
Was it this?
Yes.
Right.
So what was he shopping for?
Well, he his mom probably got him some IKEA furniture. His cool uncle got him the pack of condoms and slipped it in the bag.
What about the
Yeah,
Lisa
you're gonna
Frank
need those.
folders?
With the orca whales?
Yeah.
He had a bunch of those in there too.
Did he have Rose Art or Crayola? Because that's how you know if your parents loved you.
John packed his own little bag, 2,000 bottles of port wine.
Doubt.
And
What bag? What bag? Was the
yeah.
bag specially made?
Was the bag someone's house?
yeah, a hypothetical bag, meaning a truck of wine.
This truck is named Bag now.
Right.
I love this guy.
That's how you do college.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to college for the few years I went to college, I partied pretty hard. But 2,000, and the 2,000 was enough to last him till winter break.
So he got in September, and he's just trying to make that shit last to mid-December.
He must be like drinking it on the shitter.
Trying to haze somebody or something.
As you might expect, John didn't last long in college. He found it boring and dropped out.
With all the wine, he found it boring still?
He found it boring.
Fuck me.
He dropped out and went on his grand tour.
So his not college.
Yeah.
Great.
Basically, a grand tour was a thing that the upper class Europeans used to do. Usually when you turn 21, you'd go on this like tour of Europe and see all the spiritual and cultural sites, mainly in Italy, like Renaissance.
Fancy places.
Yeah, you know. Tycho Brahe did it. We mentioned that in that episode.
Yes, that was mentioned in that episode. That's what you do, and a lot of people still do that today. And then you come back and you're sad.
But
Very broke and sad.
Yeah, he didn't get through any of that. He was just like, I'm going to go on this tour. And it was like 6 months of just partying.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
He's good. Good
I
egg.
keep saying it. I like him.
A lot of people like this dude. I'm not gonna put it out there, but he's a fucking hot mess.
That could go both ways.
I dropped out
Travis.
of college to go on tour at one point. I just didn't have as much money as this dude. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying I do the same thing,
he's
dude.
doing his thing, man. All right, let's keep going, man. What is there that I'm gonna not like, man?
I don't like to do this, but I'm gonna one up you. I got offered an extra shift at the deli I was working at, and I dropped out.
That's what's up, though,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
I want sliced ham. I want that Virginia ham.
That's a great deli, by the way.
The free sandwiches at the deli are going to be better than the free sandwiches at college, bro. Anytime.
Especially if you can
Absolutely.
make them with the deli facilities.
DIY. You're learning a skill, man.
Exactly.
That's a trade school and a job in there, man. Deli.
Dude, I could work at any Subway.
Word up.
Dude, anyone can work.
Yeah, dude.
Anyone can work.
Actually,
at
yeah.
it.
No.
Well, actually, there's a few Subways I've been to. I don't know if you could work there, man. There was one Subway in the South on the Artificial Brain Tour. We always hit Subways when we can, man. And there
We're
was
not sponsored by Subway.
there was these two like middle-aged ladies working there, man. And the one lady, I was like, I asked for my my little turkey BLT, man. I asked for the bacon on. I was like, I got salt and pepper on that. She was like, you don't need any salt. There's already salt in the bacon. And
She told you.
yeah, but the way she said it was like in a warm maternal way almost.
Right,
like,
that's
putting me
Southern Mama.
And,
Oh, wow.
I was just like, you got me.
Oh, it
Right?
worked.
Like, yeah, I didn't
Okay.
get the salt. I've since gotten salt on sandwiches, but that time I was like, you know what, me and you got this connection now, Mom. All right, no doubt.
Fuck yeah, I love her.
For this morning here in Alabama, you're my mom.
When's your
you know?
birthday?
Yeah, it was all good. Like, you're right. The bacon, I probably shouldn't even do the bacon, but
Hey, man,
Yeah.
she's just looking out.
So I mean, I don't know if you got the like the warm spirit to work at that Subway. You really need a maternal.
Yeah, no.
vibe.
If I worked at Subway,
Yeah.
I'd be way too honest. I'd be like,
Yeah.
my buddy over here, Bruce, just spit in your sandwich.
Yeah.
So, like,
That
Yeah.
cost
Yeah.
extra.
You
That's
don't want to
extra.
know where the roast beef came from, though.
Wasn't a cow.
Especially out in the Midwest.
I
You
heard
see
once-
those cows? Not them.
That's not for
Yeah,
you.
I heard that
Those are
Subway-
display cows only.
I heard Subway's all turkey meat once. Somebody said
yeah.
that to me. Like, even if you buy something that's supposed to be roast beef or something, like it's all turkey. I don't know if that's true.
Processed turk.
Yo, Subway, it's always Thanksgiving. There's your new tagline. You know?
Love it. So after his grand tour, he tried his hand at the military. Because, he failed out of all the other things. He's like, let's try the military.
Some people could use
Yeah.
the discipline.
Yeah, no, not this guy. Because back in the 1800s, when you enlisted as nobility, you were automatically commissioned to an officer. So, like, you couldn't just, if you were a regular person, you didn't really just, like, you didn't level up to fucking officer. Like, I am a royal. I am an officer now.
Jesus
Yo.
Christ.
So break this down for me. How's that go then?
Well, it doesn't matter how good of a soldier you are. If you're poor, you never become an officer.
So you just cap out at like private dick all?
Yeah. Or
Oh.
lieutenant, I guess.
May I paint a picture? We've all had friends that had parents with lots of money. And when we were younger and we stopped talking to them at some point because they can't
of the money.
associate. And, well, it's not the money. It's the parents and the way they do things. It's fine. But then they end up working out a lot. And they
What is this? Some
and
kind
they
of fucking
possibly
in
have
joke?
some kind of wife for child. No, but then it's so imagine that weirdo that everyone kind of knows just being thrown the rank of officer.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Well, so
I feel like now we're going to get into the darker parts of the story.
this is
the dark
this is-
meat.
They
this
gave this guy military power. Like,
No, this is all just like his kind of setup in like we're all spiraling downhill towards the
let's-
man that John Mytton really is.
Let's Caligula it out.
I like how he's down there and not up here with us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So he joined the 7th Hussars, which is a cavalry unit. And conveniently, he joined right after Napoleon was defeated. So he spent his service in occupied France, basically just drinking and gambling with other officers.
As you do in France.
Yeah.
Because like there's no war anymore. They did it.
Right.
We did it.
Napoleon's
He
beat
sounds like the man for the job.
Yeah, exactly. So even still, military life was not for this dude. And after 1 year in the military, he resigned his commission.
Oh, what happened?
He's just like, fuck this, I'm bored.
Wait, so he was just like, I'm doing not enough nothing?
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
And he's like, after a year, he's like, I don't like this. Someone told me to fucking clean something. And he headed back to Shropshire,
First time.
Shropshire.
where he was from. Now, John was fastly approaching his 21st birthday. For that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You died his
Like,
21st birthday, and we get it.
Yeah, he was fastly
Thank you,
approaching
sir.
his 21st birthday. And he couldn't wait for that because that meant full inheritance time. That $5.8 million dollars or pounds. Not really dollars.
English
at all.
pounds. That's good.
English
That's a lot of
pounds.
money.
It's hefty.
So he dropped out of the college. He dropped out of the military. He decided to try his hand at joining the upper crust of society, where he was from.
The aristocracy.
Into the aristocracy, back to his roots.
All right.
And what did a lot of aristocracy do? They joined politics.
Yeah,
good mix.
where people do nothing for people that they don't
Extra
know about.
nothing
That makes
all
sense.
around.
Before he did that, in 1818, he married Harriet Emma Jones, which I feel like is the default British woman name.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like that. That's how they just come out.
I feel
And then
like
you
that's-
pick your name after that.
That's like perforated on like the lady birth certificates
It's
of
hot,
Britain.
man. Yeah. Hedge. It's like H-E-J. Hedge. Hey.
Cutting the hedges.
You know, Shell.
Harriet
Emma.
Was it Jones?
Jones.
Jones. Yeah. They call me Dry Jones.
Well, if she married Mytton, then her name would be Hem. She'd be Hem. She got hemmed up.
That's a gross name.
She got hemmed up.
Yeah.
Got him.
My wife, Hem.
Yeah.
It's an abbreviation, but it's a sexual one.
I am the wife called Hem.
Hemi.
I feel like I'm just getting drunk enough where I'm going to start becoming John Mytton.
Oh, okay, good. We're going to get into some real
Oh, yes,
fucking
you know,
crazy
my
shit.
English is
All
very
right. So
top.
what does he do with Hem?
All right, so he's got his wife. He says, I'm going to run for parliament.
No, yeah,
what
why
you do
not?
with
Yeah,
Wife,
why the
yep.
fuck not?
Wife,
And
parliament.
you know, at this point, he had a reputation for being a drunk piece of shit.
Great.
And no one was going to fucking vote for this guy.
I must fix this.
So what he did was he made a plan.
Oh.
He made a plan. He went to all the local pubs in Shrewsbury, which is his district.
I feel like you've made up half
That's
of the names.
disgustingly English.
Yeah,
I fucking
Schnozberry.
hate how English that is.
The Shrewsbury
Nothing against English, but
tastes like
fuck that name.
Shrewsbury. Oh.
Tom, what's Shrewsbury's main export?
It's got to be the bits that keep together the side of your shoes, but only the leather ones.
Shrewsbury's.
Well,
yes.
what's Shrewsbury's village bird?
The village, the village bird, some parrot that some pirate brought back to England. Man.
It's just still alive from
it's
like the
it's-
16th
it's-
century.
Yeah, it's like the village attraction. Like,
How you doing?
The sup bloke.
So these Shrewsbury blokes, they knew his background. So John went to all the local pubs in Shrewsbury and gave out 10-pound notes to anyone willing to put his name on the ballot. And then he chilled out outside of the ballot box and kept handing out 10-pound notes.
Was he verifying?
so he was a pioneer of American democracy.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. Zing.
So wait, was he verifying the shit was done, or was he just handing out free money to anyone filtering out of the booth?
Yeah, he was just. I mean, he wasn't verifying. He couldn't do
Did you
that.
vote for me? Here you go.
He basically gave out 10,000 pounds, which was equivalent of $1 million.
What the fuck,
Okay.
man?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he's got my
pretty
vote.
good. Yeah.
So he gave out all that
You
shit.
give me 10 quid to go spend on beer and a whore?
Tom, you have to cheap out on the whore or the beer if you only got 10 pounds. What are you doing?
I'm buying a pitcher.
I'm gonna
You get those wholesale.
I'm gonna fund a tour for gore grind bands that will never make any money and go into the fucking ground, but all that money is gonna fund it. Like Buckshot, Facelift, and the 3 brokest grind bands I could find, and we're gonna buy our way onto a tour.
You heard it here, folks.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Dude, we're about to kickstart the shit out of this tour.
Kickstarted. It worked. He was elected the Tory MP of Shrewsbury.
God fucking damn it. I hate that shit works.
He moved him and his wife down to London, and they set off on the political career. And I'd imagine I've never been elected to an office, and I don't want to because
fucking
it's gone.
me neither. What's up with that?
But I'd imagine going to your first day in the House of Commons or Congress or any of these places could be like your first day at school. You're gonna meet some fucking cool people.
Yeah.
Maybe, you're gonna hang out. I imagine Harriet maybe packed him a lunch in his Hello Kitty lunch bag. It's like, go off.
Yeah.
Have fun.
A packed lunch back at this time period, which is 1800.
Yeah, 1800s.
Go, girl.
Like, yeah, because no, it's just it's a roast duck that's wrapped in an orphan's outfit because those died all the time.
Yeah.
I was thinking
ducks or the orphans?
like a marmalade sandwich.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
You went Hello Kitty. I went Paddington. You know what I'm saying,
Paddington Bear Dog.
Yeah, that's more English, right? That's what they do.
Very true.
And they hate their teeth, so that's pretty consistent. You know?
Yeah,
we'll lose them all. Get
and
that
like
fucking...
he has a hot cup of tea at some point somehow. Like,
Always.
yeah.
Perpetually hot tea.
So imagine him stepping through the huge, heavy doors of Westminster, surrounded by the most influential, powerful people in the world, because this is the height of the British Empire, right?
Oh, when they were still an empire.
Yeah, they're still an empire. And he sat down with his powdered wig for a lively debate.
His syphilis
Let's change the
protection wig.
And he made a lot of progress. For 30 minutes.
Amazing.
30 minutes.
He lasted 30 minutes in the House of Commons, then yawned and walked out. and his excuse was the weather was nice outside. I was bored and tired of hearing stuffy old gents talk about nothing.
God.
Oh, well.
Still love this guy. Yeah. This guy's sick, dude.
Yeah, and in his defense, the British never get any nice weather.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very rare.
Very true.
But
Very
he only
true.
made it a half hour.
Fans
Did he
across
show
the
up
pond.
the next day?
Nope, he didn't show up at all. The rest of his term until 1820, he never set foot in the House of Commons ever again.
This guy.
Was he paid for that?
Yeah.
What was he doing instead?
What's up?
What was he doing instead?
Oh, he was doing a lot. He was doing a lot.
No
God
doubt.
damn it.
Yeah, he's getting a government job where he doesn't have to show up or do shit. This guy's like a Long Island guy. He might as well work for the highway department and just park his truck off the highway and smoke a bowl. Come on, man.
Very true.
This guy's
Get
doing
paid
it.
to smoke a bowl.
Very
He's
true.
doing it.
I'm going to hide in this ditch I dug.
So while he was in public office, doing public office in air quotes,
Yeah.
2 major life changes happened. First, his wife Harriet died. Sad.
That's major, yeah.
R.I.P. HEM.
Yeah, that's sad. But second, more important, is he turned 21. That means that he gets that full inheritance.
I traded my wife for money.
Maybe he knocked his wife off so she couldn't get any of that cheddar, bro. And he knew it was coming up. He's like, I'm gonna want to sleep with this guy's. He's got military experience. He's got no heart because he's rich.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
You're painting a really good picture right here.
I'm still down with this
just
guy
like-
though, man. Maybe R.I.P. him. All right, I'm not gonna go there. But all right, so he gets the dough. What's up?
All right, so he's got that dough. And the second he gets the money hits his fucking bank account, John turns into the Super Saiyan fucking party animal.
Ooh, direct
saying.
deposit. Yeah.
We're talking Super Saiyan 1,
First
2,
purchase is the flowers on your wife's grave.
Yeah.
Then you go nuts, bro. Then you. I'm just saying.
Then you do it.
Yeah.
You get that English jet ski, which I think was just
Yeah,
two
it's the
poor men
proper way.
kicking very hard.
Is that a sex position or just a...
Yeah, it's called the English jet ski. It's where you have sex on top of two poor people that are making up a bet.
When's the horse involved?
The horse is dead. You got to kill the horse to make the jet ski, man. It's called progress.
Tom, can you hook me up with a Benjamin Franklin?
Absolutely.
Meaning a beer. All right, so he gets that money. He heads back to Halston Hall, his family estate, because now he owns that shit. Gets himself a new wife, like a year later.
Okay.
What's her name?
Her name is Caroline Mallet Gifford. Like
Doesn't work. KMG.
like Gifford.
Gifford's possibly one of the
Mallet and Mytton. It's meant to be.
Mallet, yeah. Mallet
No
and
doubt.
Mytton.
He's
All
making
right,
shit up.
Caroline.
All right, so from this point on, I'm going to stop the chronological bullshit because we've reached his peak party.
That's how history
He's got
goes.
the
What are
money.
you doing?
We don't need to
21.
do this whole, like, he's growing up, he's learning things. We already know that he fucks up everything.
Are you going to Pulp Fiction or Memento us?
I'm going to fucking M. Night Shyamalan, you
I
dankus.
don't know if I'm
All
comfortable.
right, cool. We'll go for it.
All right, so let's start out with the root of the problem here.
Drinking.
Not really problem. Root of the...
It's a solution.
Root of the...
Alcohol's a
fucking
solution.
drinking.
I need a beer. Fuck. I'm
But this guy...
drink this swill.
Hell yeah. Cheers.
That's room temperature. Can I get a new beer?
Well, hold on. While you're down there, John's poison was port wine. He would drink 8 bottles of the finest port wine a day.
Oh,
Usually polishing off the first bottle while he was shaving.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
still love this guy.
He's a fucking party animal. Like,
There should be a movie about this guy.
Yeah. So before I, continue, Tom, if you reach into the fridge down there, I got a bottle of port wine.
Studio fridge. Whoa.
All right.
Fuck.
And this port wine might have been the same exact port wine that he drank.
Oh, no,
Oh my
can't be
God.
because
Because
it's undrunken.
Well, you know what I mean.
Whoa.
Wait, the brewery is like from, what,
Brewery?
15... Brewery, I don't know.
a good
Winery.
looking
Oh my
bottle.
God.
It's from 1586. And I don't know.
How'd you get that to fall off a truck?
This is from the
you
Croft
drink
Family
it?
Port Shippers, established in 1588. So this,
Yes. So they could have been the same winery that he was drinking.
are we taking
Yeah,
a
I
celebratory
want
sip?
Has anyone drank in port before?
I have. I haven't drank this, though.
Have you?
I don't
Will,
know.
have you ever drank port
I'm not
before?
a wine
No,
guy.
it sounds a little rich for my blood. I mean, I'll drink with you guys.
What does
but
port taste like?
So
It's like fruit wine, right? Or something?
yeah, it's like fruit wine. I drank
All
port.
wine is fruit wine, isn't it?
I drank.
No,
port.
no, this is on the edible arrangement spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drank port about like 10 years ago. Someone gave me a bottle because they hated it, so I drank the whole bottle.
I like how
really
just
quickly.
alcohol disposal.
Yeah, very quickly. And we were going to this club for.
Good idea. Drink it all before you go.
Yeah, exactly. We were going to this club for Halloween, and I was waiting on this line for about an hour to get in, and I puked all over the bouncer's shoes.
Yes.
That's
All
the
red.
best place
All
to
red.
get rid
Yes.
of the port.
Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great time.
What's the difference between sangria and port?
Port doesn't have chunks of shit in it.
I read all the background about it. Apparently, there's some weird fermentation that happened. Basically, port is from Portugal, and it comes from the town Porto. And
Thank you, Travis.
The reason why he was drinking port was because the English at the
Oh,
time,
boy.
didn't want to drink French wine, so they drank Portuguese stuff.
Oof.
Okay.
It tastes like the really good brandy, like when you get the E&J VSOP.
Oh,
It tastes like just like the fruit. You know?
yeah, exactly.
So hold on, back onto Mytton. Mytton.
Yeah.
Mytton.
I'm calling Mytton.
Mytton. Okay, so back onto Mytton. He drank a bottle of that before even being done with shaving?
Yeah, he drank 8
This
bottles of
size,
that a day.
8 bottles a day?
8 bottles a day.
Holy shit.
I'm good. And back then, it probably tasted way more raw than that bottle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was like that with gravel and shit?
Basically, if you'd imagine John's food pyramid. All right, so we're going back to school here. Imagine his food pyramid. His diet would be port wine as the base, and then ascending ale, bacon, walnuts, and then other wine. He just ate a
How
lot.
unhealthy are walnuts is my question now.
They have a lot of fat, but they're good. It's a good fat.
They're healthy, but you got to eat more than just fucking walnuts
And bacon.
And bacon.
Walnut, so he's just eating good fat and bad fat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. So he was constantly drunk. Some might call him the king's cousin.
Oh, yes, the king's
lovely.
cousin.
The king's cousin, which is an actual insult back in the day. Call someone the king's cousin.
Really?
You're a drunk.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When he was drunk, which was always, he loved to play pranks. He's a prankster.
Okay.
He's a prankster.
He's a cheeky lad.
So yeah, cheeky lad. So one evening after a dinner with a local vicar and doctor, he disguised himself as a highwayman, which is a a robber.
Yes, indeed.
And
I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, he followed them back home on their trip. And once they were in the middle of the woods, he shouted, "Stand and deliver!" and began shooting at them with his pistol. It was only loaded with gunpowder, so there's no ball in there.
So it's
It wasn't
so
gonna kill
flashy.
them.
Right.
But like he was just shooting at them and chased them for like 2 miles home, trying to like steal their money as a goof.
As a goof, yes. Steal these poor people's money, even though I have endless money.
It's like
But
a Logan
joke.
Paul prank.
This
for
is the
fuck's
first
sake.
point where I'm not really down with this guy.
Yeah, well, we're getting into that.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now he's kind of like a dick.
Oh, strap in.
Speaking of shooting, what do you guys think of when you hear stuck up 19th century English gentry?
Powdered wig.
I think of a man with very long eyelashes and very pale skin.
Well, all right,
could be
spot
me.
on. What about you, Will?
I'm trying to. I'll keep it real. I'm trying to tie it in with a way to insult hipsters at shows, but I can't really.
We'll get there maybe.
It's there somehow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking
Like
of
mustachioed men?
I'm thinking of like shoegaze black metal fans that are disappointed in my vocals at shows. Wow. Like the type of guys that are like, Artificial Brain would be cool, but those vocals ruin it for me. Like that's those guys.
I work with a guy like that. He's terrible.
I mean, it's your opinion and shit, but I'm sick. Holler.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I hear you, man. I hear that.
Brooklyn's some real shit, man. It's some
hey,
real fake shit.
Cheers to those gentlemen and their aristocratic ways.
Cheers to him. Oh, my mustachio.
I'll be an asshole. What up, cocksuckers?
And if they were around in the 19th century, they'd probably be fox hunting. Like good old aristocracy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do
'cause
enjoy.
I'm not down with killing foxes.
John loved killing them foxes.
Unless they attack my dog or something. Whoa!
Whoa, hey-oh.
Welcome to the roast mortem.
My bee. Somebody shook it up for me.
So John loved killing foxes. He loved killing ducks and sometimes rats.
He was a rat
Alright,
guy.
He's a rat catcher. So to facilitate his hunting,
What? Not going deeper into the rats? Like
we'll get into the rats,
All right.
Cody. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about the rats. I love rats. So we're gonna to facilitate his hunting.
Okay.
Facilitate his hunting. He bought 150 pairs of hunting breeches. Oh, yeah.
That means pants for the correct speaking English.
Exactly. 700 pairs of hunting boots.
All right.
1,000
That doesn't match.
1,000 hunting hats and 3,000 hunting shirts.
What are you hunting?
He's hunting the foxes.
Yeah.
I hunt the folks.
Yeah, you make him sound like a Swedish man.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I mean, you really only need one shirt. Actually, if you were a real man, you wouldn't need a shirt. If you're a hunter. Yeah.
Very funny thing.
Wow.
Very funny thing is that John Mytton, whenever he went hunting, a lot of his friends noticed a surprisingly lack of clothing that he would wear.
But he ordered so much.
Bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, so he would wear very light clothing, thin clothing, rain, snow, shine. I think he just had a perpetual beer jacket, or what I like to call a port parka.
Oh.
Speaking of thin
parka.
clothing,
That's good.
I had a friend once. He got married at a young age and had a bunch of kids. I'm not going to say his name, but one time they were talking about going to a strip club at a guy's bachelor party. He's like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to wear the thinnest pajama pants I got and get a lap dance. He just reminded me of that when he talked about thin clothes.
That is a very tactful.
Yeah, like he knew what was going on. He was like, yo, I can't wait. I got this,
I feel that rub on myself.
He's like, yo, I was at Kmart and I was at Walmart and I compared the thinness of the pajama pants. You know what I mean? Like, good to go.
That's a real bang for your buck right there.
Oh, yeah.
You
Important.
really
It's
feel
very
it.
important.
You feel it.
He's a good family
You're not
man.
gonna wear
He
denim.
He deserves it every once in a while. Come on.
Sometimes light clothing was even too much.
Oh.
Because John
I've been there.
John occasionally would strip off of his clothes in the middle of the hunt. He'd have friends around. He'd just look at back. Oh, whoa!
No doubt.
Look at this.
Gone.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
he'd just kill animals.
Where's the fox?
Naked. Like,
John would be naked, fucking hunting animals.
I'm kind of
Jeez.
back to thinking this guy is sick. Pause. all right, no homo. Pause.
All right.
Hold on.
I'm kind of back to thinking this guy is like he just goes hunting naked. I mean, at that point, he's like, what is he killing the animals with, a bow and arrow or
No, he's shooting him with a musket.
Musket? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's still, it's pretty.
Ooh,
it's pretty brutal.
You know how like bacon fat splashes back and gets you good?
Yeah.
When you're naked, I feel like a musket backfire will just like have the same effect.
Probably that
Powder,
that black powder.
on your
Yeah.
Parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on the top of that dick.
All right, so scaring the poor people and pretending you're a thief, that's fucked up. But so far, this guy's back to being sick.
Yeah, he's back to being cool. Sometimes he'd sneak out in the middle of the night, completely naked.
Still cool.
Bag a couple, ducks or fucking whatever anything
ducks.
that was moving, pretty much.
What do you bag? What?
He'd bag anything that's moving.
How do
and
you
then
bag a duck? It's way harder than I feel it is.
put it in a fucking bag. You shoot it. You put it in
you
a
shoot it first.
fucking
Gotta shoot it
bag.
first.
You
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
around with a gun, naked, and you shoot a duck.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, what's his second
never
wife's
did
name
that?
again?
Oh,
You go to Hexer Park, we'll do it right now.
her first name is Charlotte.
Charlotte. So if I was
Kidding, I do not have a gun or want to go to Hexer Park and shoot a gun. Just kidding. We're on the internet. I'm not going to do that.
right.
Pause.
usually I edit some
Yeah.
maybe distasteful parts out, but I'm gonna actually put that line in twice.
Yeah, editor's note. It's a joke for entertainment purposes.
But look, if I'm Charlotte and I know that's what my husband's doing, he might not be home to cuddle up with me, but at least he's just shooting a duck.
I mean, she probably thinks
he's not-
yeah, that's dinner back in the day.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
choking
true.
the chicken.
Nobody's
also, he's not-
going to Uncle Giuseppe's to buy a frozen pizza back in the day. But you're coming home with ducks naked. That's a man.
Yeah. Oh, look at my man. Wipe your
Yeah.
feet, my man.
Yeah. Oh, you're naked and you got ducks. So let me cook them. Sick.
So we know that he would do this because one night someone caught him in the dead of winter, completely naked, sitting out in a frozen on a frozen pond, waiting for ducks to fucking
Yeah.
show up.
Naked. Wait. So it's a frozen. It's
There's
cold
a
as-
frozen pond.
and
He's naked.
Yes. This guy is sick. This guy's the man.
For on top of being as boss as he is, he doesn't understand migration patterns, so that's fine.
Maybe,
they've all gone
maybe he
south.
didn't know. Maybe he thought it was rich people that he was scaring. Okay, that's the one thing I can't get over, man. Is a rich guy fucking with poor people. But maybe he thought they were rich and he was fucking with them. Okay,
Everyone was rich.
if we could
apparently.
pretend that he was fucking with rich people instead of like condescending to fuck with the commoners type of thing.
I feel like he's all over the place. We're gonna keep going, and you're gonna see he doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
All right, so right now he's butt naked on
Yeah.
a frozen pond, waiting to kill ducks to bring back to his wife, presumably
Yeah.
to eat.
So one other time when
Sick.
One other time when he was hunting, he rode his horse straight into a river, fell off his horse, broke his ribs on a broken rock, got up and chased the fox like on the other side of the river.
Sounds like Matt Hardy.
He sounds like a dog put into a human vessel. It's like, fox!
Yeah.
Did he write this? Or is this like verified?
No, this was his neighbor.
Is this from his autobiography?
Basically, after he died, all this stuff. After he died, his neighbor, who was really good friends with him, wrote down his story.
Yeah, Doug, let me give you this $20 million and you can write my fucking biography after I'm dead and just make me look sick.
Yeah, it's like The Dirt. The Motley Crue story. It sounds kind of like that, but less syphilis and more fucking falling into a pond.
Yeah.
All right, but let's go with it because this guy's sick.
No, I'm where you're at. Like he's got some shit. He shouldn't be fucking around with poor people who are just trying to make ends meet. But at the same time,
But that's one story.
Lots of fun. Yeah.
You know how accurate it is? Like, this guy's got a lot of sick stuff going for him. I really like the fact that he was just like, naked in a frozen pond waiting to kill ducks. And like back in the day, that's how you feed your family. It's just like that's.
I like how you substituted waiting to kill instead of hunting.
I
guess that's
true.
Hold on, and also
Isn't that hunting?
Yeah,
Just waiting
exactly.
around to kill
Waiting
shit.
to kill.
Also, but keep in mind that yes, that is how you feed your family.
Yes.
If you're broke as dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like-
he could have been paying dudes to do that, but you just made him even sicker. He could have been paying some guy to be naked. He like, yo, I'll give you this. I'll give you any fucking guy back in the day. I'll give you $1 million to get naked and kill ducks
In the pond.
Yo, I
Be in the pond.
Wait,
though.
that's fucking amazing because, like,
Yeah.
not only okay, so what you just said to me, like painting this picture of someone who, like, not John Mytton, but someone else who's rich as fuck, going, hey, I need you to go hunt me some food. I'll pay you all the money, but you need to be naked.
You would have had 10 dudes lined up who wanted to do it.
Yeah, Roman Polanski film.
Like back in the, especially back in the day, people were desperate, man. There were some poor guys that would have done that. They would, bing, okay, shirt's coming off, let's do it.
Exactly, man.
But he was like, I don't need to pay the guy. I'm getting naked myself and killing the ducks myself.
Do I shave before or after the buckshot? Buckshot, birdshot.
All right. So besides,
callback.
Yeah, I love that. Besides his bloodlust for foxes and duck, John seemed to love animals. Although I think today people might have called the ASPCA on him because there's some fucking questionable shit he was doing with animals.
Was he a furry? Is this one of those type of podcasts?
It's either he's furry or he's kind of like Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
just a rich guy shooting like out in the woods for his meat.
I don't think John saw them so much as his pets as more of his drinking pals. And if you're John, you're drinking a lot.
Okay.
You're 8 port wines.
A D. We
All
haven't
right.
even made it through one of these.
John had 2,000 dogs and 60 cats.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He had 2,000 dogs and 60 cats.
2,000. How could there be too many dogs? But that's too many dogs.
I mean, most of them were for hunting or fighting.
There could never be too many dogs, but that's too many dogs. You're blowing my mind. Like I can't picture a situation where I'm like, no, there's too many dogs in here. I gotta be out. But like 2,000 dogs is a lot of dogs.
It's a lot of
man.
fucking
I just see like a river of dog shit.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, it would smell, and some of them wouldn't be cool.
No. He would feed them steak and I think I mentioned something in an episode.
God,
He'd feed them steak and stank. He'd feed them steak and champagne every day.
All right,
and would have custom outfits made for them.
Oh, God. All right, so look, feeding dogs steak, sick. Feeding dogs alcohol, not sick.
No.
I don't condone it. Dressing your dog up somewhere in the middle. So he's still like 50-50.
It leans more to the alcohol end.
Yeah, he's
You
50,
probably shouldn't do that. You should
but like as long as the outfits are comfortable and they can still do their thing, it's not like
Do
abusive.
they have metal studs?
Dude,
the only reason us as humans have clothes is because we don't have the fur of a dog.
Oh, yeah.
look, I'm still with this guy. He's like, dude, not that I ever gave a dog alcohol, but I've definitely gotten drunk with a dog as my companion.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
If you haven't, then it's a true Americana experience.
Put that on your bucket list.
Yeah, dude, I recommend it. Like, dogs are the best. That's my book that I'm writing.
Any substance with a dog.
All right, well we're gonna get into pets and drinking right now.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Right now.
I love to hear it.
Okay, so he had 2. I mentioned he was in the cavalry. He loved horses.
okay.
So he had 2 favorite horses, or as I like to call them, long-faced running men.
No.
Long-faced running men.
Okay.
Baronet and Sportsman. Those were the 2 boys.
All right, that's a lazy name, but
Yeah.
let's go.
Generic.
So the 2 of them were too good for the stable. He'd let them have free range of the house.
Guy's sick. He loves his horses, dog.
Often cuddling up with them next to the fire.
All right. Still sick, veering into a weird area.
Very true. So one night after particularly heavy night of drinking, John decided to fill up Sportsman's watering hole.
Wait a minute. Figuratively, or like, what are we talking about?
What's a watering hole on a horse?
Yeah.
His regular water.
We need to know.
Goodbye, water. And in mulled port wine.
Fuck me.
So John woke up the next morning after Sportsman had been drinking this mulled wine all day, and Sportsman was dead. Dead as a doornail.
Okay, bummer.
All right, well, he stayed up all night listening to Rush and got his mind blown.
Don't bring Rush into this. They're good guys.
I'm not shitting on Rush.
The drummer lost his wife and stuff, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna get real on you if you bring Rush into this.
I'm not making fun of Rush. I'm making fun of Rush fans.
All right. So
Horses can't vomit.
yeah.
All right, so the horse dies.
Horse died.
Rush was listened to. It's bad. Not every Rush fan kills a horse.
No, most of
But
them
it happened.
don't. But
it definitely happened that this guy listened to Rush and killed his horse with wine.
Absolutely.
no, I'm thinking the horse was up listening to Rush.
By itself, drinking. Oh, what a way to go!
That's how I'm looking at this.
Carry on my wayward.
That's not Rush.
Shut the
right?
fuck up.
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
You're an asshole.
Whatever.
and you're always an asshole, but I love you. Please continue with the
Suckle
story.
on my dickheads.
Yeah,
But the
thank you,
fact
sir.
that, Kansas and Rush, I mean, different entities, but Kansas had its progressive moments, man. That's a whole different,
did have some prog elements.
yeah, it's a progressive band. It's a whole different conversation, though, man. Let's,
All right.
No.
So Mytton kills the horse.
Mytton kills the horse. John is feeling particularly spicy after that.
Horse killing gets him spicy.
Well, I don't know.
He
It's
did it. You
unrelated.
can't blame
Unrelated.
anybody else.
Unrelated. But he goes to a traveling circus and he decides to pick up some more exotic pets.
Oh,
Yes.
And kill them too.
First was his monkey named Jacko.
Jacko the monkey.
Jacko the monkey. This is
And then
also
Michael Jackson, who's nicknamed Jacko, had a monkey years later. That's
Bubbles.
a weird thing.
yeah.
Yeah, Bubbles
That's
the
like
monkey.
the Kennedy, Lincoln Kennedy thing.
Kind of monkey. Kind of monkey.
Jacko soon became John's drinking buddy and a fellow alcoholic.
Stop drinking with your pets.
Yeah, but primates can handle their liquor.
No, there's some really funny. If you look up like YouTube things, like it's these monkeys in India just like stealing fucking drinks off these resorts.
Yes,
'Cause
absolutely.
They get out. They love it.
Evolving.
If I grew up in the age of Mytton, where I didn't learn that alcohol wasn't cool for animals and all that. Like this guy, he first of all, he dropped out of school, and in those days, school probably didn't even teach you like, yo, it's morally, questionable to give alcohol to animals. You probably shouldn't do it. He wished to be in the company of dogs and monkeys more than humans, which is a sick opinion to have. He just thought he didn't know the dangers. It's like back in the day, our grandparents thought smoking cigarettes was all good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things. I'm not going to morally judge the guy. I'm sad that the animals had to go through that. But,
Yeah, for sure.
But Mytton is still okay.
Still
with me.
okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to tell you what happened to Jacko.
Okay.
Jacko used to rummage around the estate looking for port.
He's a monkey.
He's a monkey. One day,
Sad, but okay.
the monkey mistook a bottle of boot blackening.
That's why you don't teach the monkey to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
he drank
God.
that whole thing,
God
and
damn
that
it.
was the end of the monkey.
God damn it.
All right,
That
a lot
was the
of
end of the
poison
monkey.
pets.
R.I.P. Jacko. Oh my God! And then he was reincarnated as Michael Jackson. Oh God! Oh God!
it.
This is disgusting.
That's a hard way to come back in.
God.
That's a hard way.
So his other circus animal
Jeez.
his name was Nell. Can you guess what type of animal it was?
No.
No?
a giraffe.
Giraffe.
You said circus.
Circus.
I'm gonna say
Seal.
a seal. Yeah, I was gonna say seal.
Seal?
I was thinking of something slick and different.
Shout to Seal the singer.
Yeah, very true.
All right, but let's get back.
I'm sorry about your demon encounter.
Snake?
No, it's not a snake. It was a
Lion?
brown bear.
Okay, brown bear.
Safe.
Yeah, John was really excited to show off his new pet, brown bear, and decided it was a great idea to ride it to his friend Applebee.
Riding bears.
Applebee's.
He went to Applebee's.
He went to
He
Applebee's.
took a brown bear to Applebee's.
Yeah.
Now, when you say ride it, I'm gonna imagine it walking on 2 feet, and he's on the sholler, like some kind of child at SeaWorld.
Wow.
Yeah. So he went to Applebee's with his bear.
Okay.
His dog human.
Dude, this. All right.
Yeah. So John was used to riding horses. So he said, "Hey, it's a bear. Whatever. It's like a horse."
No,
so
it's not.
he wore spurs.
God damn it.
Pointy things on the end of their shoes. And if there's one thing you need to know about bears, is that bears do not like to be poked.
Don't poke a bear.
Don't poke a bear.
Yeah, that he probably should have known even back then.
So he's riding into a house party. He spurs this bear with his riding spurs.
Because he thinks it's a fucking horse.
Don't
It's a
poke the
horse.
bear, dog.
Don't poke the bear. The bear throws him off of itself.
Good bear.
Yeah, good bear.
As a bear would.
And the bear took a chomp out of his calf.
Ooh.
It's called self-respect.
Yeah, because you don't poke bears.
With spurs.
You don't poke bears with spurs.
There's not like a master, horse relationship with a bear. It's like respect. It's like friend and friend. Like, you're the bear. You're going to tolerate me on your back for so long. You
Yeah.
don't.
So
Very much.
So John kind of rolled it off. He was like,
With
whatever.
its calf missing? You
Who
got it
needs
all?
legs? Who needs legs when you have parents' millions?
Yeah, so he's like,
Yeah.
don't blame the bear. And the bear, he didn't punish the bear at all. But after a few months, Nell mauled one of his servants.
After a few months?
Yeah, after a few months.
Back in those days, living a few months with a bear biting your calf was a feat, right? Because they didn't have antibiotics and all that.
Yeah, I mean, John was fine. He's like,
probably so loaded up on alcohol that it just cleansed his wounds.
Yeah. But after a few months, it mauled one of his servants, and he had to shoot.
He kept the bear after it bit him like that?
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't punish him.
He didn't care.
You know those servants, like those few months between the bear biting him and like the servants, this bear's gonna fuck somebody up.
Sir John, are you sure that I need to bring this bear a shrimp cocktail every hour?
Yeah. Oh,
exactly. So John would love to place a wager on anything. And if he was bored...
What are the odds of this bear eating a servant?
1 to 1.
Exactly. If he was bored, he'd organize an event to wager on. And this is, I feel like, one of the best qualities of John right here.
He's a promoter.
No,
That's where rich people have something in common with people who are in prison for life. They'll bet on anything, bro.
Yeah. It's very true. So John organized this event that would happen every year. It was a hill rolling contest, and he'd collect all the local children, and he'd set up a bookie. He'd set up a bookie and bet on which kid would make it down to this hill that was 155 feet, just rolling down this hill.
Oh my god!
What? Like some of them would die, and he's gonna bet on which one lives?
I don't think anyone died. It was just who made it down the hill. It was a gradual slope.
What child was
heavier one, right?
The porkiest one to take them down quicker.
Oh, like a race situation?
Yeah, like a hill rolling race.
Okay, like who beats the other? Okay.
Yeah.
You remember how we were all in junior high and they had us build those little stock cars? And then you
yeah.
It's that, but children.
Yeah.
So children's
Instead of
lives.
balsa wood.
Children's lives instead of balsa wood.
I thought the kids were dying and he was betting on which one lived. All right, no, go on.
So he also, like I think I said before, he owned a lot of horses. And when he was bored, him and his friends would invent a game to gamble on. He would take all of his stable boys and he'd strap ice skates to their feet.
Oh, boy.
To their feet. Ice skates to their feet. And would basically tell the stable boys to go rat hunting.
With skated feet.
With the ice skates.
What, like they gotta go stomp on rats with ice?
Yeah.
So like
Boys, do you know how rather fast a rat could be? You all know this. We are in 18th century London, England. You know how fast a rat could be. Well, imagine chasing one with your feet. Or imagine chasing one with the feet with legs that have metal on them. It's good times. Yeah. Like, yes, this is proper English entertainment. This is like... You know how they have BBC 1, 2, 3, and 4 or 5? This is BBC 0. This is the original shit.
BBC Zero.
Sky -1.
Yeah. So he had the stable boys put on ice skates and like stab and hack rats where they could.
Yeah.
With the ice skates. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But didn't he have 2,000 dogs?
Yeah, that's very true. He's just gonna send the dogs.
How are there any rats left? Like you had to have some little small like I seen videos on YouTube. One of my YouTube things is like you get these little tiny terriers on farms in weird places, and they'll just show you like these. They lift up a pallet with a forklift, and there's 1 million rats, and 3 terriers take them all out in 5 minutes.
Yo,
they go fucking nuts.
But one thing to be considered though is that his 2,000 dogs were being fed steak.
They were drunk.
They were
fat
drunk.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They wanted not.
So you had 2,000 dogs, and you purposely made them non-utilitarian to fucking kill rats and shit.
They're just sitting there being cute on an Italian man's carpet.
Hello.
It's like a Caligula situation. It's just fucking perverse. and then the stable boys have to have ice skates to kill the rats because the dogs are too fat and drunk.
Oh yeah.
So in order to win a bet one time, he rode a horse into the Bedford Hotel, up the grand staircase of this hotel.
Always with horses and stairs.
Well, he's experienced with that. That's an old trick to him.
He knows it. And jumped the horse off the balcony above the patrons below eating dinner, through a window onto the street.
Horse died.
What the fuck? That's Grand Theft Auto.
The horse had to have broken a leg or something.
Oh yeah, the horse fight. Horse probably fucked.
Oh god. All right, the animal abuse, I'm not down with.
Yeah, no, not cool.
Losing points.
But this guy would still make a sick movie biopic.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, what the fuck was he up to?
I'm into it.
So being a gambler, he loved actually going to the horse races. He had his own racehorse called Euphrates, which was a constant winner. It would win a lot of races. But John's need for speed was not exclusive to the racetrack. It was also in his regular life. He loved racing.
Was he a speed runner of just IRL?
He was a racist.
Yeah. John would race his carriage full speed down small country roads, running other carriages off the road, causing constant accidents. Just like, hey, I'm coming.
They're not accidents if they're constant.
It sounds like Northern State Parkway.
Pretty much. He once tried to jump a toll gate with a 2-horse carriage in order to see what would happen.
He tried to Dukes of Hazzard in a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. He's just killing horses.
Basically, the horses made it. Him and the carriage didn't.
Physics.
That's physics stuff. So coming home from the racetrack one time, he fell asleep at the reins, and his pile of winnings was out on his lap.
Pile.
Yeah, and the wind had just scattered thousands of pounds
Because it was a pile in your lap.
across the countryside while he slept. And when he woke up, he was like, whatever.
Yeah, because
Money.
it's
me.
fine. I got $1 billion coming in every 2 weeks.
And the last thing I want to say about his racing is that one time he was riding with his friend Appleby. That's not his name, but I'm just going to call him Applebee's.
All right.
So he's riding with Applebee's, and he asked Appleby if he had ever been overturned in a carriage before. And Appleby replied, "Thank God, no." And John exclaimed, "What a damn slow fellow you must have been your whole life." And intentionally steered the carriage into a ditch.
Fuck yeah.
And flipped them just crashed his car.
All right, to be fair,
He's cool.
if I was at an Applebee's, I might do the same thing on the way home for myself, but I wouldn't do it to my passengers.
Many people have flipped their car on the way home from Applebee's, I'm sure.
Features.
But to do so on purpose with your friend in the car who already told you that he's probably not down with that.
With horses.
Dick move. But he did a lot of sick shit. I would watch a movie about this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
He's wilding out of control.
Hold on, since you mentioned movie, who would you cast as him?
All right.
In a movie.
My drummer from Buckshot Facelift, Sal.
All right.
Okay.
But not now, back when he used to drink.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Well, John still gets wilder. John Mytton still gets
No, he was no
wild.
Mytton, but I believe he could portray a Mytton.
Right. No, I'm just talking about
big
casting.
screen.
No, I'm just casting. Just if I could, I would. I want to see the ultimate career reversal and have a movie about John Mytton and have someone like Michael Cera play it.
Oh.
Someone who was so
Oh my God.
so to themselves that we put them in a role where it's unbelievable.
I like Michael Cera, man.
I like him too,
Yeah.
but this is so not him. I would love to see him in a film about this guy.
Wilding, yeah.
And if he pulls his shit off, Oscar done.
Yeah.
$1 billion,
He
Oscar.
probably
You got
could, man.
Wait.
You know.
Who is fake Michael Cera? The guy that played fucking
Jesse Eisenberg.
yeah.
Ah,
That guy. Fake Michael Cera.
Fake Michael
wow.
Cera.
You
Yeah.
guys want to know how fake Michael Cera he is? I literally thought that he was in that zombie movie.
You thought Michael Cera was in the zombie movie.
Until you guys
With Woody
said that,
Harrelson.
and I realized he with Woody Harrelson in Zombieland, right? Until you guys said that the Eisenberg guy, and I realized no, it wasn't him. It wasn't Michael Cera. It was that guy. That's
Yeah. All right, we're gonna bring it. We're gonna reel it back.
All right, so listen.
So,
when,
John.
when Michael Cera dies, we're going to do one on him because I love talking about the guy. I don't want to wish that on him. He's a good guy. I hope he lives longer than me and he does one on me. But, yeah, I love talking about Michael Cera. All right, back to the Mytton.
So back to the Mytton.
What fucking animal is he killing now?
Yeah, so Mytton.
Asshole.
Yeah. Mytton was not a particularly violent drunk.
All right.
All right.
Like, you know.
I don't believe you because I did my own research.
That's where Sal would have to act and stretch.
To pull it back.
Yeah, he's like,
well,
all right.
but most people saw him as just like, oh, he's a funny, jovial drunk. He
doubt.
likes to do parlor tricks.
Yeah.
Drunk. Okay.
Yeah, he's like David
Right.
Blaine who didn't have to work.
But it was,
And he would use his own money.
yeah,
Not your money.
So he's Chris Angel,
you doing?
not David Blaine.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris Angel.
Chris Angel is the fucking POD of magic. Chris, you know, he's like the fucking Papa.
That's disgustingly accurate.
Very true.
God. All right.
Very true.
All right. So
All right,
fucking.
back on.
right,
Hold
so-
on. Let's get, yeah.
Yeah.
Mytton,
So,
Mytton.
but Mytton was Mytton. So Mytton was actually built like a prize fighter. You know, he was very stocked, you know.
Had shoulders?
And he really did like to get into brawls and bare knuckle boxing.
Okay.
So, but it wasn't like aggressive. It was like, let's duke it out.
Treat it as a sport.
Let's have a tussle.
You know he fought that bear.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't...
He probably, like, backed that bear up, and that's why he kept it. Like, he fucked that bear up one night. Dude, something like a bear, I bet you if it can smell that you're not scared of it, it'll back down. Like, that's the thing with animals, they know.
Yeah.
And if you just, like, if the bear roars at you, and then you just punch it in the nose, and it can smell that you're not scared, it's gonna be your pet.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so one day while he was hunting, a big burly coal miner emerged from the woods and accidentally scared off his target.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, and John was pissed, and he challenged him to a boxing match then and there.
In the forest.
Yo, I can't fuck with this guy, Mytton.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that he hurt animals. That sucks, but he's so sick.
The two beat the shit out of each other for 20 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Who's counting?
His friends.
The bear.
Friends were there. And the miner eventually threw in the towel, and John happily gave him 10 shillings and said, "Go get drunk in the town."
Huh, okay.
So
Fair
that's
enough.
cool. That's good of him.
Fight
but now
drunk.
we're gonna fucking make it all shitty again.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, make it shitty, please.
Make
Lay
it
this on
shitty.
thick.
So John decided it would be cool to swap clothes with a beggar, and
Gimme.
Yeah, he was like, "Give me that."
Probably drunk when it happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
Excuse me, you seem to be poor. I don't know the situation, but I'd like your attire.
I mean, look, if it happened after he brushed his teeth in the morning, he was drunk, all right? So,
So he dressed up as a beggar and then showed up to his servants' quarters and knocked on the door and said, "Excuse me, can I have some change, sir?" And the servants were like, "Get the fuck out of here," and like pushed him off the steps. And John turned around and fucking socked one of them in the face.
Jesus Christ. It's like the worst episode of Undercover Boss.
Yeah. So he socks one, and then he socks another one. They both go down, and
took
like
out two of them.
yeah,
Yo, this is awesome.
He knocks out two of them, and then the servants sick the dogs on him, and the dogs maul the fuck out of him. And then
His own dogs
yeah.
didn't even smell him.
yeah, and he gets up and like,
smelled like a
I'm your
homeless guy."
master.
He looks like a quesarito that's been thrown to the side of the LIE. He's ready to go. Wow. And he's just like, "I own you." How embarrassing is that?
Quesarito sounds fucking good.
Yeah.
I got
All
one in my
right, so
fridge.
you're not gonna like this because John was big into dog fighting. He was
Oh,
a
fuck
fucking
this.
Michael Vick back in the day.
Yo, but Michael Vick grew up in an era where it was kind of morally more known what was up with dog fighting and animals and shit. Like,
But does that honestly excuse him?
I'm not trying to excuse Mytton. I'm just trying to explain how I dislike Michael Vick for the dog fighting and dislike dog fighting
Yeah.
in general. But in a different era, it was less understood and educated how fucked up dog fighting was.
Right.
So tell me about how I'm going to hate Mytton for dog fighting.
I totally agree with you, but this dude even took it to like a more fucked up level than even his peers.
Oh, no.
So John would fight his bulldogs with his bare hands. So he just like fucking step up to his bulldog. And just
Yo,
start
I don't think
punching
Michael
the
Vick
shit
ever
out of
did
him.
that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Vick ever
Bulldogs.
squared up with a fucking dog, man. That at least that takes balls. I'm not saying it's right. It's fucked up. I don't hit dogs. It's not right to hit dogs. No, but it takes more balls to
It's
square
true.
up with a
That's
dog.
true.
you
Oh,
know?
he punched one to death.
Not
Jesus.
good.
Not sick.
Not sick. Terrible.
Everything I just said completely
Take it
retracted.
back.
ASPCA, don't ban me. Okay, I retract what I just said. It's not sick to punch animals.
Another thing he did was he bit one on the scruff of the neck and lifted it off the ground with his own jaws.
Kind of sick, but not sick.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. That's a lot of jaw muscle.
Dude,
it's a lot of jaw
in
muscle.
his era, with his lack of education, sick.
Yeah.
In Huntington in 2018, you'd be an asshole. I'd hate you.
Well, even his friends were like, "Whoa,
But
John."
in a movie,
Well, if you were
All
friends
right.
with him, you can at least go, "Hey, can you open this beer bottle?"
I'm not gonna sign off on that act. But if it was in the biopic, I would watch and just be like, "Holy fuck!"
V true.
All right, so he
true.
did it. Okay,
He did it. All right, so remember I said John took a second wife, Caroline.
Yeah.
Yes, Caroline.
Okay.
Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
Oh God, she did it. She married. She married this fucking crazy sick fuck.
At some point during all this madness, she simply ran away
Smart.
with her 5 children.
Good move,
yeah.
boo.
Difficult, but smart.
Never to return.
Were the 5 children his?
Yes.
I put a lot of sweat into these.
Yeah, he had kids the
he
whole
was-
time. He was
So he
kids.
was fighting dogs and bears and drinking with animals.
Watch this, son.
And he banged his wife to the point where he had 5 kids with his second wife. Dude,
He had a kid with his first wife.
he was a virile man.
Yeah, he was.
So he's on to 6 childs.
This guy.
1 from one wife and then 5 from another.
One of the reasons, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of reasons with all the fucking bear fighting and dog killing, but he was known to pelt oranges at his babies. Just like throw oranges.
What kind of oranges?
Yeah.
Oranges.
Like Tangelos?
Okay, hold on. Also, paint a
Halos.
picture. Painting a picture. There are no oranges that are growing naturally in England. Like the
Frozen
equivalent-
oranges.
This is the equivalent of us throwing iPod Nanos at our children.
Yeah,
You're paying top dollar.
Very true.
Yeah, like this
That's
is
coming across the world.
Yeah, it's coming
People
all the way
died
over
on
here.
a ship to get those there so you could throw them at your baby.
Yeah, this is insanity.
Oh, I didn't
Like
think about that.
oranges, yeah, the way we get oranges now, easy peasy. You walk down the Stop and Shop, you
I
got
throw
that
them at a
shit,
baby in 1 second.
Yeah,
no thought.
okay, yeah,
I wouldn't even think about throwing an orange at a baby.
It's fucked up
But
to
in his day and age, that was fucked up,
It's
right?
fucked up to throw any fruit at any children.
Yeah, disclaimer, I would
But-
not throw an orange at a baby, FBI. Disclaimer, I would not do that.
That's a very good segue because it was known that he had absolutely no concept of the value of money, and he would pay people.
This makes sense.
He would,
I'm not surprised.
we had an actual experience of this when we were in Boston. He would pay people by crumpling up his notes and throwing them at them.
Oh, we were at a strip club.
We were at
where
a strip
did that.
club and
Yes.
somebody was throwing fucking crumpled bills at the
They
strip
were
club.
tossing you the mitten.
Yes.
Tossing you the
yeah,
mitten.
We-
I love that.
Yeah, me and
that's the
Travis.
strip club terminology now. Tossing you the mitten.
So after 15 years of gaining his full inheritance, he had
So he's what, 35, 36?
he's in his 30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprised he lived that long. Okay.
Yeah, he's 35. I think he's about 35.
Yeah, 35.
or so.
Well, if it's 15
Yeah.
years, 36. That's,
Yeah, so he's 36. He had spent all of his inheritance. Wow. And was actually in debt.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, playa.
This is where it gets dark.
Right. So the day came where the debt collectors showed up. And then back in the day, you were in debt, you went to prison.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Debtor's
like a
prison. Thank
debtor's
God for
prison.
America. We don't have debtor's prison.
Oh my God, I'd be locked up, man.
So John went to his financial agent, which I didn't know he had because, like, I was reading this. I went to his
What was this guy
financial
doing the whole
No,
time?
his wife.
Yeah.
His wife got him that agent. He didn't get himself that agent.
His wife went away.
But before she left, someone hooked him up with this person because there's no way he figured this one out. Didn't happen that way.
So his financial agent said he could become solvent if he lived on 6,000 pounds a year. So that's like I don't know, like
70,000?
600,000 US dollars a year.
Poor guy
Poor
living
baby.
up $600,000 a year.
And he said, I wouldn't give a damn to live on $6,000 a year. And he ran off to France.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so he's like, fuck this noise.
Got it.
Well, now you went from 6,000 pounds or whatever the fuck the conversion is to 0 francs, you dumb idiot. You
On his way to France, he bumped into a woman named Susan. Just Susan.
We all do.
Susan.
I bumped into women named
We've
Susan
all
constantly.
known a Susan.
Yeah. He ran into her on the Westminster Bridge, offered her $500 or 500 pounds a year to be his companion.
I need a wife.
I wish I had that to offer when I met Susan.
I'm just seeing Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yo, she'd sing you up good, bro.
I know
She'd
it.
sing you up real good.
fucking
She'd
know
sing
it.
you to sleep at night, dog.
John and Susan continued to party in France with other members of
Now all
high-
I can picture is Susan Boyle.
Yeah.
It's good.
Partying.
with other members of the high society, and he switched his choice of drink from port to brandy.
All right, he's moving
Whoa.
up.
Moving up.
Thugging it out. E&J, that's where it came from.
And one of the biggest, most ridiculous things that come out of this switch to France when he was in France. So John got smashed, and he had a
Really?
more
Big shock.
smashed than usual.
Okay.
He had a very bad case of the hiccups, and he yelled, "Damn these hiccups!" and began to strip naked in front of his bed.
Oh.
He got down to his cotton shirt and then picked up a candle and lit himself on fire. And his servants jumped on him and stomped him out and was like, "What are you doing?"
My lord, you can't stop the hiccups that way, sir. I know I've
Not
tried
again,
several
sir.
years ago.
Yeah. And he got up and declared, "The hiccups be gone, my lord!" And then just passed out on his bed, all charred and fucking like burnt.
Gorgeous.
It's all in his leg
Shitty.
zone, right?
Yeah, that'll get rid of hiccups.
Yeah. So, after that experience, he returned back to England in 1833 and was immediately arrested and thrown into debtor's prison. John was only 38 at the time, but accounts say that he looked as if he was 70.
Lives
That's a
twice
lot
as
of
hard.
alcohol.
Yeah.
That's a lot of port and brandy.
His friend Appleby described him as round shoulders, tottering, an old young man bloated by drink, worn out by too much foolishness and too much wretchedness and too much brandy.
Too much.
And half price after 10 o'clock.
Unlimited appetizers.
Dark.
He died of delirium tremens, which is basically alcohol.
beer.
It's alcohol withdrawal.
Alcohol withdrawal.
Yeah. You drink too much and you can't
Can't function.
can't get that sitch. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Wow.
You start spasming. And
This
all
is
that
this
shit.
is our biggest PSA as
Pretty sure that
Roast-mortem.
doesn't happen with weed, right?
No,
No,
you're good, man.
You're good. You're good with weed.
Yeah,
No, that's my PSA.
take a night off.
So he
No.
died because he couldn't drink anymore.
Yeah, he was locked up in this prison. He couldn't get any drink, and he was like,
And he was 37?
38
38.
when he died.
Wow.
That's wild.
Although this dude lived a very manic life, it's said that 3,000 people attended his funeral.
Holy fuck.
And the procession, of course, stopped at his local bar, which was renamed Mad Jack's Bar in his namesake.
Oh, all right. I guess he paid them and didn't pay his other debts.
Yeah. He also left a slew of estranged children, but none of them had to worry about fighting over inheritance because
Zero
He had
divided by a
sold-
billion is zero.
yeah, he had sold it or spent it all. It's estimated that John spent in modern day USD $26 million,
A lot of dog champagne.
and he lived to 36.
Fast and
Wow.
hard.
You know what I mean?
Fast and hard, boys.
This
He lived a
guy.
lot louder than I did, man. I'm 36.
Yeah,
You're still alive.
Yeah.
You're doing fine, man. You got
yeah, you're doing good.
I've only had like under 10 dogs in my life. And this guy,
How many of those did you champagne up?
none.
Good man.
Good. Don't do
None.
that.
I've never given alcohol
I'm
to
gonna
a dog.
challenge all of our viewerships to never give their dogs alcohol.
Yeah.
Let's wrap
All right.
up Jay
Yeah.
Mitts.
So the one other thing I want to mention,
All right.
a very weird, unrelated kind of thing to him. He had a couple races named after him in Wales and England.
Races, as in
Like ethnicities?
Ethnicities.
No,
Or-
as in horse races.
All right. Way easier discussion for us
this was,
now.
Yeah, this was a really weird thing. Apparently, the University of Minnesota, totally not related to
Now it
England.
got way more racist.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
Don't you know?
they made an event called the Jack Mytton Run, which was an annual streaking event through one of the local malls.
Yeah.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
boy.
And it ran from 1999 to 2009.
That's
My Jack Mytton run is run from when I fucking hit puberty, or I got out of the way. I made the joke. Let's move on. Jack Mytton thing. Oh god, there's a porno grind band named Jack Mytton out there somewhere. I know it.
there better be.
Gotta
man.
make it.
If there's not, then I gotta call somebody up who's
Yeah,
got
dude.
no options left. So,
All right.
No, last man
Mitten
stands.
shops.
yo, what's up with Jack Mytton from Long Island? Oh, God.
That's all I have to say about him. If you want to know what Blank Check's Ryan Boshole looks like,
That's not Macaulay
in the
Culkin.
future.
Oh my
There you go.
god.
Oh, that's sick.
That's
awesome.
Good throat
the
tat.
neck tat is the best.
I like
But
that's not a neck tattoo.
That's essentially that's what he would turn into nowadays.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
that's not a neck tattoo. He suffered
Alright.
3rd-degree burns.
So, all right. You were saying how
it's a blurry
dude from
line.
Blank Check is like, yo, let me get $1 million.
Yeah.
And Mytton is like, yo, let me get $58 million and let me go into debt.
And let me be some guy who could fucking wild out of control and get bitten by bears and drink with dogs.
Oh yeah,
I mean, and he had 5 kids with his wife. Like,
more than 5.
Well, no,
different
there-
wives.
No,
right?
no, no.
There's 5 kids with that one wife, but he did have more, like just like random fucking estranged children. You know, fucking whores.
Sivu my play.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't mention that part, but he was just banging everywhere.
Yeah, wow. This guy, he was a cultured man. He dropped his seed everywhere he went.
He was slinging dick around town.
Dude, there's a
you're
good
in gay
chance
Paris.
someone in this room might be related to the Mytton, dude. You
Very
never
true.
know.
We could all be.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
all related.
So on the
family reunion cast.
the Genghis Khan, because they say it's like of all the Asian population, it's like 1/8 of the Asian population or something like that is related to Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and Russians.
As us, a lot of us from European heritage, what we say our chances are
Be true.
1 in 20.
Well, European Heritage granddaddy
to
is
be
more
related to
Charlemagne
Mytton?
than Genghis Khan.
Oh yeah, no, you're
Charlemagne
right.
got his
No,
dick
that's what I meant. Like the Genghis Khan being the Asian,
Yeah, Asian daddy,
all the
granddaddy.
Eastern babes, and then you got Charlemagne's.
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne's cum shot. You know?
Whoa, okay.
I would love if any of you guys or anyone at home that's listening can think of anyone more drunk than John Mytton. You don't need to answer right now.
Sal from Buckshot Facelift when he used to drink.
He's more drunk.
When he used to drink, he, to his credit, he stopped drinking because of his son. But
good for him.
That man put me in uncomfortable situations. Uncomfortable situations. Yeah, he was a drunk, but he never had the money or the lack of education that John Mytton could get away with.
Smart guy, no cash.
Yeah.
Rich kids, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know anybody who could fucking top that. That's wild.
It's pretty
And the
fucking
amount of
good.
animals hurt, poisoned, and injured is wild.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about the guy. I could even get over him fucking with poor people just because he's a wild, rich dude, because he fought bears and drank with dogs and shit. But, like, I can't get over the animal abuse and the feeding animals alcohol to die.
Punching bulldogs, man.
Well, one of the resources
Punching bulldog. All right.
Yeah.
Punching bulldogs, not right. Don't do it.
You gotta
But-
kneel down and everything, which is the part that
I
freaks
give
me
him
out.
way more. Michael Vick never squared up with one of those dogs.
No, he didn't.
So I definitely give Mytton more respect than Vickin. All right.
Well, one of the things about him, or one of the resources I used, and it was Rogue something. I can't remember the name of the.
Sorry, you're
Rogue
drinking
One,
now.
the Star Wars
Yeah.
movie.
the film.
I'm
yeah.
it was a great
I won't
resource.
start.
Yeah, there was a great resource I used, and they titled the article I read "The Regency of Keith Moon."
Hey,
Oh.
Tom already did Keith Moon.
I did cover Keith Moon. This does sound very similar because
So he was like a 19th century Keith Moon.
totally.
In a
That makes
sense.
a lot of sense. That guy was off
Keith
the fucking
Moon.
wall. We had covered Keith Moon.
I could be drunk, but I believe Keith Moon's son plays for.
The Who now when they tour.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
His name is Jose Moon.
wow.
It's not. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a tour. Tour baby.
Tour baby.
No, but yeah, Keith Moon is a wild story when you research it. Yeah.
I think animal abuse aside with Mytton and Keith Moon. Well, he doesn't. Do
Wait,
animal
Keith Moon
abuse.
abused animals?
No, he didn't.
No, but he abused. He abused
But
his
I'm
wife.
saying he abused his wife.
All right, well, don't ruin the Who for me. All right.
But besides all that shit, I think these dudes were party animals. I like that aspect, but they went too fucking hard.
There's something about flawed human beings who do something great in the midst of all their chaos.
Very
And
true.
that's the nature of rock stars and troubled celebrities and all this other shit that people are fascinated with. You know,
Very true.
That's why we like to cover them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
I think they're fascinating for that reason.
There's a degree of hero worship that goes into all these crazy people.
Yeah,
At the
very
same-
primal stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, when you put $1 billion in my face and see how I stand up and keep my moral standards.
you-
I
know
always
how
think
would do.
if I won the lotto, I try to think I'd invest most of it, but I'd probably die in the first month.
Yeah, you give me $50 million, I'm dead in a week and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a lot of money, it's hard to be a human.
If I got a lot of money, I would get extorted by a hooker. And-
It's true. Be true.
oh God.
Let's close this bad boy out.
All right.
Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning into the Roast Mortem coverage of John Mytton. And we've had a great time talking about him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
nice.
Yeah,
sensible.
this has been a lot of fun. And
mitts.
I am Tom Saltman. You can follow me on Twitter at Saunched, SAUNTCHT.
I'm Travis Lee. You can follow me at Billion.
Shut up.
You can follow me at travisabillion.com.
Thank you.
Travis Legion with 2 E's at twitter.com.
Shut up.
I am Cody McCann. You can find me on Twitter at Cody McCann, CODYMCCANN.
Will, tell us where people can catch you, Bandcamp shit, all that shit.
I could tell you more if you guys didn't get me so fucking drunk. I'm Will Smith, and I've heard all the jokes about my name that you're thinking of right now, so stop. And I'm in Artificial Brain, Buckshot Facelift, and Afterbirth. And I rap my ass off. You go up to MC Bill Pulaski, a.k.a. Old Souls Collective on SoundCloud. Google that shit. And I really appreciate being on this and having an opportunity to talk some shit with you guys, man. It's awesome, man. So cheers.
Pleasure having you on,
Thanks,
man. You're on our speed. We're having a good time. So thanks again. You can follow us collectively at Roast Mortem Cast. That's at Roast Mortem Cast on Gmail or Twitter. And thank you, Shane, for listening.
Thank
you, Shane.
thank you.
That's it. I'm just going to take that out of context because I don't give a shit. Nothing against anyone who's named Gifford, but it's a very non-sexual name.
No.
I got
Like,
nothing going for Giffords.
You're a teacher or a dentist assistant.
Kathy Lee Gifford is hot,
lady.
bro. I'm sorry. Kathy Lee Gifford has always been hot. She is hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like in that like MILF kind of, middle-aged.
I don't know. I think I hear that
for
name.
a woman of her age, she's a very attractive lady.
I agree.
I hear that name and I think of like just like everything stops. You know,
Gifford.
it's like
It's not a hot name, but she has done a lot for the Gifford hot.
She's a Guilford.
She's a
She's a Guilford.
she's a Guilford girl.
yeah. I hear it and I just think of like the most dried out applesauce I could.
You know what I think when I hear Gifford? I feel like Gifford is the technical term, like what a hibernating bear has in its ass to like clog it for the
A
season.
Gifford. Yeah.
That's what,
Gifford.
oh, was everyone taking a sip when I said that? Excuse me. Yeah, so I feel like a Gifford is like the bung hole of the bung of a bear.
As a lyricist, Gifford is definitely not romantic or sexy.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's a funny word. Funny.
I have
pronunciation.
inverted peen right now.
Gifford.
Yeah, it's
Gifford.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah, bad phonetics.
I know what you're saying.
I got it.
It's like a GIF, like a GIF file, or what do you say, GIF? I don't know. Technology.
It's a GIF.
shift.
I say
it's
both,
a GIF
man. I
file of
bounce
someone
back and
dropping
forth.
a turd. It's a GIFfer. Bing bong.
Yeah,
Bing, bing.
takes a little more room than you want it to take up on your computer. God
Yeah,
damn, this loading time.
Always.
And then it repeats as soon as it ends, and you got to watch it twice before you even click it off. Like, oh.
I gotta make sure I saw that.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yo, Kathy Lee Gifford's got it.
I'm saying.
She
If,
does.
if
I'm
she's
not-
watching, if her people are watching, let
us know.
Holler at me. What's up?
We chill.
Bing bong.
We got-
FBI listening. I've never given alcohol to a dog.
All right, that's like the fourth time you're talking to the feds here. What's going on?
Well, if you, I mean,
What are you doing?
that's a whole different cast. Yeah, but if you want, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't.
This is the Art Bell cast.
I don't do anything questionable in my life, FBI. So that's all I'm saying. Internet listeners.
You're talking like there's one like disgruntled security guard named FBI out there.
Yeah. Well, it's just
That's itching to tase you or something.
No, I mean, all that aside, you're pretty straight cut, FBI.
up and down.
That's your
The
tactic.
FBI has better ingredients.
All right.